real quick when I tried to adjust my camera and then it came back in, but I had all of my tabs up, my news article tabs to show, and my tabs went blank. So I try to pull those back up. In the meantime, you all come in, come in. Let me use the first 5 minutes, maybe 4 or 3, to give you all a shout out. Let me know how the sound is and the camera is. Maybe let me log in myself and see if I need to adjust my camera some type of way. And right, happy Father's Day, belated Father's Day to those that it relates to. So I think my camera is okay. It's a little blurry, but it'll work. So let me know how the sound is. Come in, come in, come in. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully I can get these articles pulled back up that I had and make this live stream go faster and fluid, right? Fluidly. And give me 1 second. Hey, I'm live streaming. Can I call you back in like 30 minutes? Oh no, you don't have to apologize. I'm calling you back though, so don't go to sleep or something. Okay. All right. All right. That's my friend guy. So Phoenix, hello to you. Sleep, deep, soothing meditation. 1, 2, 3. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel, right? So glad you are new and so glad that you are tuned in. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello to you. Natural Girl says everything is good. Thank you. Bliss Cole says all is well. Good evening to you, Gigi, as well from Dallas, Texas, tuning in. Right. Good evening to you from Dallas, Texas, tuning in. And give me 1 more second. Let me let this platform know that I am live. Okay. So I'm going to get right into it so I can make a promise on that phone call. Web guys use to get the news. Popeye J said, what is the actual web you guys use to get the news? It's just all over. It's no like one source, right? Or one particular source that I use is, it's just on my iPhone in particular, for example, right? On my iPhone, Google News, CoinDesk. Yeah. So the very first thing I want to share is Amazon, Coin Telegraph, right? So all of those, right? So another thing, you all make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. When you are subscribed, you will get notifications that I am live. Also, make sure that you hit like and share for me. That invites people into the live stream, right? You have the power to invite. Wow, I'm just reading this article that the Maryland pastor arrested for receiving 1.5 million. Wow, in PPP loans. That's interesting. I might share that article with you all. Just something to share. So let me pull up. I'm going to start first with Amazon. Right? Is technology replacing people? So Amazon purchased 1,000 automated. Let me type that in. top stories, right? 2 hours ago. And 1,000, right? Greetings, greetings, man of God. Hello, hello. So glad to have you on the live stream. Thank you for tuning in and taking the time to say hello, because I know you do a lot of live streams yourself, right? So I have to get all of my articles back up, people. I had everything up and organized, so just bear with me. And for some reason, everything just blacked out, right? So very first one, Queen of Queen of Queens. I like that, Romy Rome. Is this one 1,000? Well, that's the wrong one. That's my screen. All right. Um, then I share the Maryland prosperity preaching pastor gifted 39 cars from 1.5 million of PPP loans. That'll be our interesting article for today, I guess. But you all do right with the government money in the PPP loans. Please do right by that. Right? Do right by that. So Amazon ordered 1,000 self-driving truck systems for new startup. Let me make sure this is showing. Okay, I got the right screen now. 1,000 self-driving systems for new starting. You all know that 1,000 is one of my numbers. So this really, really stood out to me. And how many miles plus self-driving trucks can travel a day? Amazon is hoping that driverless autonomous or automatic trucks will someday power its vast delivery network. This is including to Bloomberg. The company has placed an order for 1,000 autonomous or automatic driving systems, right? This was funded in 2016. So people, they've been working on this transition of currency, AI, artificial intelligence, and technology for a long time. I'm also going to share with you the article for Elon Musk that he's been working on since 2019 through SpaceX, global internet without the fiber wires and faster speeds, so they can get this cryptocurrency globally. People in rural or poor, countries can have access to it. Money through your mobile phone, right? So as a part of this deal, Amazon raised more than $570 million for mass productions of self-driving hardware, people, and it states later this year, right? Later this year. So this shift is happening fast, speedy, quick, and in a hurry. And that's why I see you, Latoya. Yeah. I'll work this early. What plan are they? How they gonna work this early? And what I don't know what you're saying about work this early, because as I've been telling you all, this has been a plan in progress for a long time, right? Maybe new to you all, right? Definitely not new to the powers that be. They have been working on this artificial intelligence technology, um, you know, machines, robot for a long time, right? For this new economy. And in collaboration of working with it, you have SpaceX, right? SpaceX internet project. Let me go into that as I pause and thank Gigi. Thank you so much for the 1111 super chats, for being in agreement and in alignment with the 1111 community here on YouTube. So thank you so much, and we will do our profession over that 1111 GG at the end of the live stream. So thank you so much. So you have Starlink, SpaceX satellite internet project, right? And it's pretty much want to provide low cost internet, right, to remote locations. So they want to have as many as 4,200 satellites, right? 4,200 satellites. And through amateur sky watchers and orbiting objects, right, throughout the universe. And so the first proposal for this was announced in January of 2015. So this is not a new plan to the powers that be. They've been working on this for some years, right? Everything is strategically planned. And that's why it's important and more or imperative that you prepare, right? So international regulators to place about 4,000 satellites in Earth orbit. um, Rebuilding, it says like rebuilding the internet space. Elon Musk said during a speech in Seattle when revealing the project, right? And so, yeah, this project of satellites, right? Estimated 1 trillion worldwide internet connectivity to help his Mars colonization vision, right? And so SpaceX will permit to fly about 12,000 satellites to provide this internet to remote locations, right? And so you do know SpaceX currently, if nothing changes, is accepting Dogecoin at this time, or is stated that it will accept Dogecoin, right? So that's why my vision for Doge, even despite of what the price is today, took a 25% dip, but still has not, I have not altered that. I don't see any news or reason to believe that Doge will not be a very used or sufficient stable coin or cryptocurrency, right, in this new world economy. And so these first 60 Starlight satellites were actually already launched in 2019. So, it's combining with Earth and space and for a better internet communications. It was released all at once. This is like an animation video of that. This was May 23rd, 2019, to improve and increase the internet, right? And so rather than sending internet signals through electronic cables, right? According to this article, which must be physically laid down. The satellite internet works by beaming information through the vacuum of space. Wow, that's interesting. So instead of using electric cables, they beam information from the vacuum of space where it travels 47% faster than fiber optic cable. Unbelievable. So it will provide coverage, faster internet, inner space, right? You can get the dish or a kit through SpaceX, a small satellite dish with a mounting tripod, a Wi-Fi router, cables, power supply, right? Very cheap, very affordable, again, to these remote locations, these rural locations, the unbanked, right? Cell phones will be cheaper for these people because we're moving to cryptocurrency, right? And you need that internet and that 5G. And actually, I don't know if he still is on, but his numbers are always 44, and it's actually Mr. Felix is called the Starlink 44, right? One of the first satellites to be launched, and it was one out of a thousand, right? Starlink 44. So these SpaceX satellites are in the Netherlands, right? They're launching out, and this project started in 2019. So a huge number of satellites, have been distributed out. And then people in these locations, right? Again, remote locations or rural or poor locations can get the internet very affordable, very cheap, right? So you all make sure you hit the like button. I know it's been a while since I've been in front of my laptop. Invite more people in. We usually have more people coming in, but maybe I think one of the larger channels may be live streaming at this time as well. So the second thing I want to talk about is Shiba. Let me pull it up. Shiba, will it be listed on EToro Monday, right? Will it be listed on EToro on Monday? I came across this article, Shiba investors. Yes, the message are always in the numbers. Yeah, the message are always in the numbers. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand with this currency changing system, right? Or even the system of giving into the 1111 movement and being in alignment and agreement with the universe, because numbers is universal language, right? And God speaks to you in numbers, right? All the time. I was driving yesterday. I actually took a picture of. I may share that. I came across a mailbox last week that had 3 ones, 111, and then yesterday I came across a mailbox that had all 4 ones on it, 1111. And then I noticed today, I never noticed that, but even my first 4 numbers of my tax ID number for my business is 1111. So I didn't even really notice that until today, right? So it's always, the messages are always in the numbers, people. Message are always in the numbers, right? So Shiba Inu investors are crossing their fingers, right? Hoping that EToro adds Shiba Monday, right? And so they made a tweet announcing that it would add crypto assets to their platform. And they wanted to know, or they wanted input. We're adding a new batch of coins on Monday. Drop your guesses in the replies, right? Many people are hoping that she is in that category, right? This would give hopefully a boost. eToro already has Dogecoin, so and it was Coinbase listed she also, as it says, sheep to the moon. Last week, then it said it had to temporarily halt trading on that. A lot of people report that it was so much volume that it actually crashed Coinbase. So that's why they had to temporarily halt it. Others are saying, the opposite, right? But I think it was a lot of volume through that listing. And they had to redo some things technology-wise, or at least that's what I'm hoping, because, I'm invested in sheep as well. And so you have, they're saying Dogecoin and Sheep are rivalries, but I think they're going to work well together, right? And so we'll be on the lookout for that to see if that's listed on eToro on Monday, right? So this is the has C. Thank you. It says it's time I finally show my support for you. Thank you for all you're doing. Oh, thank you so much again, C. I appreciate you giving into the mission and the vision. And also, as a result, you yourself will be blessed, right? You're blessed to be a blessing. And you yourself will be a blessing. So this is the 111, right? This is the 111 people. And this is the thing, the 1111. I don't want you to ever be in a position where you need miracle money. I really believe that once you find out or discover how to manage your money, then get a financial education. Now, there are some things that can happen in life, like loss of job, loss of income, loss of spouse, right? But I want you to give in order to just know that you can receive unexpected blessings in the mailbox. But I don't want you to be in a position that you need a miracle or miraculous just because you don't understand foundation, financial education, and money management, right? And money management, right? And the dangers of spending more than or having more of your outtake more than your intake of your expenses. So this was the picture that I saw. The God is universe will always remind you that, you're in alignment and in agreement. So I took a picture of this mailbox yesterday. I actually saw this yesterday. So that's the 1111 agreement. And again, I saw today my business tax ID number. My first four letters begin with 1111. I just really noticed that today, right? Just really noticed that today. So we have Amazon purchasing all of these automated vehicles, people. Be ready for that transition, for that shift and automation. You're going to see more of that in 2022, right? You're going to see more of that in 2022, right? Um, and so you know that it takes time to train and prepare people for these new jobs that's coming in this new world economy system. So make sure that if you believe that your job is transitioning, that you look into the IT field of where these jobs are moving into. That's actually a biblical lesson in the Bible, right? There was a servant who knew he was going to be fired by his master. So he went to all of his master's debtors and asked them, how much do you owe them? And he negotiated with them a price less than what they owed so that he could be marketable to be rehired. And that scripture goes on to say that the children of this world are smarter than the children of the light, because that person, right, knew that his employment was going to end, and he took progressive steps to make sure that he positioned himself for the job shift and the job change. Right? Let me pull that up with you. It is over 800 scriptures in the Bible on money, money wisdom, and money management, right? And so is I think one of my people on one of my live streams said that the Bible is a book about banking, right? So let me pull that scripture up for you to be more precise and accurate. And also Ethereum, let's talk about that as well. Let me pull that scripture up. I lost all of my tabs, so give me a second. Also, XRP. XRP is they're stating that it's deemed to be a security. I need to touch on it as well, right? XRP, that's in Luke 16:18. So let me pull this up. And it's deemed to be a security. This is real light screen, but I'm just going to use this. The graphics are a little low, but the sons of the world are smarter or wiser than the children of the light. So when it comes to the use of possessions and possibility, right? Christian faith, or it teaches that the sons of the world are for their own generation. They're wiser than the children of the light, because they often invest more money and market their products, publications, and programs, right, with more shrewdness or with more enthusiasm or passion, right, while holding themselves to a higher standard of aggressiveness, right, from many believers that Christ do. And so this actually was from Luke 16:18, where it gave the moral of his story. So, once you know, or you think, right, that your job is shifting, right, you need to go ahead and look into these IT jobs, of where the future of jobs will be going. So he said, because the unjust steward has done wisely, the children of the world, this generation are children. So this unjust steward was already looking for ways, because he was getting fired, of being hired in the next marketplace or job opportunity. And you all need to do the same. The 1111 just puts you in the path of favor and to have open doors and open access, because you are in agreement and you are giving, right? And so it gives you more favor and more access and direction of where you need to go. And the opportunities, right, are more favorable to you. But it's not just a given, right? A given. So let's talk about Ethereum Classic. You all know I discussed Ethereum Classic as well. I told you all that the old Ethereum Classic logo really looks like the Phoenix on the 1988 Phoenix magazines that shows a Phoenix bird with its claws and the burning of the US dollar cash, right? This was written in 1988 by economists showing what we probably will start experiencing next year, 2022, right? 2022. So this digital currency group buying 50 million of Ethereum Classic on grayscale shares. The 50 million purchases comes amid questions about the viability of flagship of Bitcoin Trust product, right? So in brief, you all just know, right? Just know that watch what the rich and wealthy are doing, not necessarily what the stock market, not the crypto market is showing, right? So they plan to hand out or use cash to fund these purchases on the open market. And now Grayscale, 50 million in Ethereum Classic. So you have to pay attention where the money is shifting, right? Where the investors, you got Ethereum Classic ETC right now at 39.93, right? And so $50 million is just is nothing to just shun away. I don't. It's definitely not the time to panic about what the market is right now. I definitely think, and let's look at it, that we're still going to see a bull market. We still have CME going on tonight, Chicago Merchant Exchange, and they have billions more just sitting and waiting. So we will find out or know, will that money go into Ethereum, right? Now they're saying Dogecoin is somewhat maybe crashing right now because the car with NASCAR crashed as well, and there might be a reflection on Doge, but we'll see. It is what it is. We got Bitcoin down 7% today, Ethereum 11%. So if you're new, right, great buying opportunity. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice, right? You don't have to listen. Don't listen to anything that I say, because at the end of the day, you have to make your own investing decisions, right? For yourself. Got Doge 19 cents. Wow. We got one thing in green. You got Shiba. Everything is in red today, right? Everything is in red today. So just know that once regulation happens to cryptocurrency, which will possibly be next year, you're going to see about 1% of these cryptos survive, right? So educate yourself, do your due diligence, do your homework, right? And make sure you research for yourself, right? So Ripple CTO says this about Doge car crash, right? That the Doge car crash, and this was actually on the 19th, which was Saturday. And so, I don't know. They're saying this may have something with Doge itself, right? Crashing because of this. However, because of all the research and things, they're saying Elon Musk might do this and put electric car and smoke everyone on the track, right? So that this may have something indirectly to do with the bearish of 25% drop on Doge. Not saying it is, not saying that it doesn't, right? Not saying that it does, not saying that it doesn't. But that's all I have for you all. Last thing, XRP. Yes, I was going to share that. XRP still probably will not be settled to 2022 because this is when I think that the government and the joining powers globally, right, will make more use cases for cryptocurrency, right? And so right now it's still in the speculation stage, and you got a lot of junk coins that's still coming up. And so you that's and that's why I tell people all the time that I'm not Gary Gensler. Let me pull it. I think was it. I am not concerned about Doge or Shiba like that, because those are just my side investments, right? If I do well with them, fine. If I don't, I'm still fine. I just done research on them, and I believe that they will do well. But those are not the ones that I have 95% of my portfolio in, right? XRP, I've said that XRP may be a stable coin, right? Um, but it may turn out to be a highly valuable stable coin. It may not be a stable coin like the other coins. It may not operate that way, but we really don't know yet, because, at this point, XRP will pretty much be like an IOU, right? And so it may not reach its all time high. It may not, it may not reach that $3. And then again, it may excel and be a high recognized stable coin. But this I do know is that, trying to put that article up, that Bitcoin Ethereum is here. They've already passed all regulations, and they will continue to do well, right? So I cannot find that article. I had it up today, and I'm not going to. It was a recent article, not by, but they're saying it's not a security, right? However, they're still stating that this XRP lawsuit still will probably go into 2022. So that's all fine and well. I still believe that XRP is that blockchain technology that will be connected to central banks' digital currency, right? Lee Brown says, I feel like the government is stalling because they're coming up with their own stable coin because they know XRP. Right. And well, they're stalling too because they still have to get some things right. You still have the dollar system that inflation has to, um, bankrupt out, right? We still have June 30th to be determined whether they're going to allow the nation or the national eviction to go into play, right? You still have that. California, for example, is one state that is stating that they're not sure if they're going to allow the June 30th eviction to happen. So really don't know, because a lot of states still have that last say so of when they will allow the evictions to happen. But all I know is that at some point it will happen, right? Um, they want America to look more like a renters nation, where being a home buyer is going to become more difficult and difficult. I was on a street yesterday, or a interstate, for example. Two new constructions for apartments were going up, right? And it is going to be harder and more difficult for people to become home buyers. So although people can sell their homes at an all-time high right now, they can, but then you'll purchase a home that may be 20% or higher above the purchasing price. So it's kind of like it's not a win-win, right? Um, Situation. California is going to cover the past due rents for residents. Okay, the last article I read, it said they were deciding. I'm not sure, unless something is going to come up. But let me tell you, what is they going to do to that state as far as their budget, right? Um, Let me see. California to pay off past due rent occurred on COVID. Renters giving renters. Let's see. Will this be debt jubilee? I see one article that says debate. I share that with you, right? Will this be the year of debt jubilee? We will see. One article says that to pay, and one article says the Hill says debates. Extending, one says they debate to extend the eviction moratorium to pay off. So it is a past due rent. This article from Newsweek says California to pay. So let's look at the Hill. All right, let's see how this is worded. This word is debates, extending eviction moratorium to pay off all past due rent from pandemic. Reporting considering extending the state's eviction moratorium to have time to pay off unpaid rent for low-income residents in the state as of June 30th, moratorium deadline approaching. I mean, they wait to 9 days. It's just like they did in March. They waited 3 days to make a decision to extend it to June, right? His intentions to set aside intentions, right? $7.2 billion to cover unpaid rent for low-income tenants. This action would expand on a relief package offered to relieve tenants of 80% of their rent, just 80%, right? So tenants would still have to come up with 20%, while requiring landlords. Okay, well, it says they want the landlords to forgive the remaining. It's interesting. We recognize the acuity of stress associated with back rent. And we recognize the stress as it relates to gas, water, electric bills. We think it's really important to send a powerful message. Will this be the year of debt jubilee? I don't know, but I sympathize for the landlords because hopefully they are in position to pay the property taxes and keep those possessions. Like going over a year without any rent, you have to have strong, savings or cash flow. And who knows how long it will take. Hopefully, if they approve this, it will be expedited where the landlords can receive that 80% quickly and not have to wait months And so I really hate it for the small business owners in this type of environment because they're the ones that's getting hurt the most. Right? You're so right. Hedge funds and commodity bankers BlackRock and JP Morgan, I know, are buying up real estate. I didn't know commodity bankers were. Real estate of existing and new homes, right, and renting them out. This is driving up the highest housing pricing and creating a new housing bubble. But whatever this goes, whether it makes the middle class poor, the small business owners poor, right? By losing is not good, right? And what's the plan? Even, listen, great relief if the state will pay, right? The back rent, even if they cover 80%. However, then what is the plan moving forward if you can't continue to keep up that rent? Because what if the landlords increase the rent to make up for the 20% that they are losing? So what if they say, you know what, the government want us to forgive the 20%. I can't afford to forgive the 20%. But what I will do is increase the rent to try to make up with that. So I don't know. This is just something that definitely is going to have a lot of twists and turns in it. And it's going to cause not only rent to increase, but again, a lot of people that cannot afford, whether it be credit wise or income wise, to purchase a home during this time, to be home buyers, right? Thank you, Long Steam 24. Oh my God, I love that and I love that I love it. I love it. What did I see today? Hold on, I saw this in my phone. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick because you just reminded me of that. If I can't, I'm not gonna wait too long. I might wait to do this. The pineal, yeah, I found it. Thank you. Pineal gland, the spiritual eye, right? The spiritual eye. I don't know if you all know, but the Bible, the foundation, some of the Bible, right, is from. Hold on for a second. Is from ancient Egyptians and spirituality, right? So, long stay. I'm gonna get on that real quick. Let me read Nadia as I have exactly 66 people on as I'm speaking of 666. Nadia says, "Hi everyone." Nadia, I won $500. Now Nadia just won $1,000 last week, right? Today, a little while ago, 1111 just got in from work and caught this live. You all congratulate Nadia. Let me give you some emojis. Nadia has definitely been in alignment. I can tell you. And I woke up about 3 o'clock a.m. because we make this profession of the law of the seed. And a still small voice talked to me and told me, said, don't call it money giving or invested or sold a seed anymore, right? I questioned a lot, and I said, well, why not? He said, well, in the Bible, right, the man in Matthew 25:18, the man that buried his money, when the master returned, when he put it in the dirt, he called him wicked and evil, right? Um, and so with that being said, he said, teach them that money is a defense, right? According to Ecclesiastes, money is a defense. And then also in Ecclesiastes, that money answers all things. So when you give money, right, whatever you are believing for, it says the word of God is a seed. And whatever words that you put out in the universe and atmosphere and do it with belief and faith, right, is what you have the right to manifest from this seed. So we start at a small level of 10% return if you're looking for a financial return. Unexpected money, not miracle money. I call it unexpected money, right? Um, and just know sometimes it'll come back to you in the form of a business idea and work, right? In 2 Kings chapter 4, when the widow woman husband died, and she said to Elijah that, my husband, he served you, he's dead, we were in debt, and the debtors are come to take my son. Elijah told her to go make a home-based business. He told her to use her credit, right, by borrowing from her neighbor. She had to borrow vessels. He filled those vessels with oil, right? And she created a home-based business. I've been telling you all the power of a home-based business. The power of a home-based business. And I have a home-based business, and I'm actually going to Atlanta this weekend to be a part of that. And my home-based business, for example, helped me save $12,000 in taxes this year. $12,000. So it's not all just about the money you make. It is about the money you make, but it's about the money that you're able to make and the money that you're able to keep. So this is for Nadia and everyone that gave until 11/11. But one thing about it, right, it sure feel good to have that unexpected money just by giving that you didn't have to labor for. You just have to have the favor. Now there'll be some times where you will have to labor. You may, but it's going to be an upscale type labor. It's going to be a business, idea or instructions, right? Because her sons went from being sold to debtors and working for them to now working with their mom in a home-based business. Did you all know, for example, you can get up to $12,000 tax deduction per child for hiring them in your home-based business, right? Instead of paying them chores, just pay them to work in your home-based business. And that's money that can return back to you, that's leaving out of your household, right? And so this is the formula. Um, you say this, right, before you go to sleep. You say it when you wake up, whenever it's on your mind. If you wake up at 3 a.m., the highest spiritual hours are from 4 to 6 a.m. Say this then. So immediately after you give, make this confession, right? Um, this is how you cultivate your claim, right? I have received, you add a zero, $110, right? If your faith is more than that, or your belief, right? Then you put another number system, right? If you want to say, and tenfold the exact sum that I have given in return with good to all concerned, right? So I have received $110, the tenfold, the exact amount that I given in return with all good concern, right? And you say 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you. I like to say thank you to the gods of this universe. And I say gods because in Genesis chapter 1:1, it says in the beginning Elohim, right? And Elohim is plural for gods. So last thing that I'm signing out is my new member. I have this just for you. Again, thank you for becoming a Patreon member. Also, look at those videos. There are 6 cryptocurrencies listed on the World Economic Forum that you definitely should know about, right? Definitely should know about. I just uploaded that video last week, so make sure my Patreon members, you watched it. And this is the pineal gland that's located within the brain, the 6 mathematical parts of the eye of Horus. So if you know anything, that was the name of the original gods, right? And also 6 components of your physical eye, right? 6 components of the physical eye. So when you look at the pineal gland and your physical eyes, that's the combination of 666. That's the combination of 666. And that's why when 666 medicine, right? The link for the Patreon, okay. When 666 medicine was available, it was so powerful, right? In the healing of people. So it's a false misconception and misunderstood teaching that 666 is anything evil. Yes, 6 carbons, 6 electrons, 6 protons, electrons, neutrons, and protons represents carbons. Those at 666 minimal it represents life. It represents life, right? So that's the Patreon link. Let me share this with you all as well. Hold on. Another 666 golden seal, right? 666. It's a herb, right? And has been really used to remove lead from the Bible. I mean, the body, not the Bible. Lead from the body, right? The golden seal, which is this herb, is 666. And people that has cancer as a result of being exposed to too much lead have actually taken this golden seal per science, and medical, and have been cured of cancer, right? So thank you, Sharon, for becoming a Patreon. Oh, giving a super chat of 1111. Thank you so much. And let me see. You all want me to keep going, I guess. We're on something else. Let's see. He says 666 is what melanin is made of. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Sharon, make sure you say that profession over your giving, please. So let me pull that up. The power and impact of melanin, the God gene, has on mankind. The dark matter that may have been taught to hate is melanin, is 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons, which create the carbon atom. Did you all know that ancient Egyptians, the name was Atum, Atum, not Adam, or and that's where science get the word atom from, Atum from ancient Egyptians. Biblical scholars changed it to Adam, right, to seem more like a European name, but it was Atum. And says Mark of the Beast, however, 66 is melanin. Okay, God made, so it must be awesome. Melanin gives Black people superior physical, mental, and spiritual ability. Melanin refines the nervous system in such a way that messages from the brain reach other areas of the body most rapidly in Black people. Wow. Thank you for that information. Wow. Hmm. So Black infants sit, crawl, and walk sooner than whites and demonstrate more of an advanced cognitive skills than their white counterparts because of their abundance of melanin. Mm. Your mental process, brain power are controlled by the same chemicals that give Black humans their superior physical, athletics, rhythm, dancing ability. The chemical is called melanin. The abundance of melanin in Black humans produce superior um, organism physically, mentally, and spiritually. That's why all founders of the world's great religions are Black. Mm. Melanin is a neurochemical basis for what is called soul in Black people. And soul or Solana is one of those cryptocurrencies that I talked about in the Patreon group as well. In the same way Blacks excel in athletics, they can excel in other areas as well, like they did in the past. The roadblocks is move. Uh, okay. Most whites have uh, calcified pineal glands, which thwarts melatonin production, thereby limiting their moral capacity. Located in the brain, the tiny pineal and pituitary glands, another gland that's powerful. Pituitary glands regulate the body's other glands. Regards to these glands as the third eye, the seat of the soul, and wow. And it was represented by the cobra on the forehead of Egyptian royalty and crowns. Mm, unbelievable. I've just not read this. So thank you so much. Melanin gives humans the ability to feel because it is the absorber to all things frequencies of energy. Since melanin is a superior absorber of energy, it is essential to understanding of God and all energy. Uh, I know I'm saying a lot, you all, but I am just wow. Because I don't know if you all knew or not, but at Tom, right? A Tom. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just reading the article. I put the clip in. A Tom, right? Let me see. Romy Rome says you how to go find. And you know what, Romy Rome? That's the article link. Um, I was speaking with family, and celebrating Father's Day. My uncle made a statement that, that the government may not pass a hate crime for blacks like they did Asians until, right, we stop killing ourselves first. And I didn't like that comment, right? Because hate crimes are hate crimes. You know, regardless, we're looking at other government officials or people killing ourselves as well. But what will really stop, right, blacks from killing themselves is education about who we truly are in our history, which was totally wiped out, and revision by biblical scholars, right? And so one thing, for example, is Adama. It's a word in the Bible that translates as ground or earth, right? Which was where Atom was created from. And so you have Adama, which is a feminine, right, characteristic, which then man came out of. And so one of the books of the Bible that was omitted from the Bible is the book of Thomas. And in the book of Thomas, right, the Bible teaches that male and female are one. There is no superior of male. And Adama and Atam, and that's why 111 is so powerful. One is both the only number that's both masculine and feminine, right? There's no gender really separation. And so that's why the first evolution of human being evolved from the black woman who has the Eve gene. She's the only woman that has the Eve gene, the mitochondria gene, and it's found in the black woman because Adama was created from Adam, right? So, and not every woman have this Eve gene, this mitochondria gene. The black female is the only organism. So the whoever restructured and rewrote this Bible wanted to give that dominance to man, right? However, and this is nothing against the men, they are kings in that place, but it was more so like a shared ownership of kings and queens. And the woman wasn't lower than the man. And the man, just think about it. The soil, the dirt right now can birth. If you put a seed in the ground, agriculture, it will birth it a harvest. The same way Adama birthed Atam. So scientifically, the black woman is the only organism that possesses the mitochondrial DNA that has all the variations possible for every different kind of human being on this earth. So when the DNA of a black woman mutates, all other types of human beings come about. This is called the Eve gene, and it's only found in the black woman. And so our history was rewritten, replaced, names were changed, names were altered. Even Jacob, right? Jacob's ladder, he saw the face of God. He was wrestling within himself, and he called that place Pineal, which is the pineal gland. And so things that affect the pineal gland is too much fluoride, which can be found in your toothpaste, your tap water, fluoride intake. That's why I brush my teeth with sometimes just baking soda and non-fluoride toothpaste, right? And alcohol affects the pineal gland, and sex on certain dates of the month. And from the pineal gland and the pituitary gland, I might be getting too deep, and I'll stop. But in the Bible, it refers to a land of milk and honey, right? Milk and honey. Milk and honey is produced through the pineal and the pituitary gland, right? Our last question, I don't know if I want to get too deep into this. Where did the seed come from? In ancient Egyptians, there were many gods, just like in Genesis 1:1 where they said Elohim. And so then, and it made sense, right? It made sense because it says that the goddess of the sky, or King Nut, right, which was a type of goddess of the sky. And, you have this saying that when men have orgasm, they say they bust a, what, and the ground combined it. It's just like if you have a geyser in the ground. That's why vibration, frequency, and energy, right? Like a geyser being created in the ground and an eruption. And they said from this, right, through the earth and ground, that man was made. And so when the Bible refers to let us make man to our own image, that us is a combination of gods, not just, one. And Christianity really has never been able to explain that. Sometimes they say the angels. But if you study how the Bible described angels, they were very non-human characteristic, right? Um, and so, like a geyser in the ground, like you put seed in the ground and then burst out a harvest, then came man. Well, it was a combination of masculine and feminine. Adama is a feminine. So it was a combination. So the whole point is, unlike the Bible shows that women are inferior or lower to men, it's like the number one. It has both masculine and feminine traits. One cannot coexist without the other. So it was a combination of masculine and feminine energy. It was not that man gave birth to a woman. A man has never had a womb to do that, and they still don't to this day. It's no record where a man has ever given birth to a woman. So you had those two feminine powers together, again, like a geyser would be, or a volcano kind of erupts, and there it was created, right? Also, the Book of Thomas teaches that to look for your internal gods, right? Michael, look, I'm not going to get into this. If you can't understand it, I explain it on a very elementary level, right? I explain it on a very elementary level. It was a combination like a geyser or a volcano, and that's why the number one represents both masculine and feminine. And that's why every human being is still predominantly traced back to the female, right? And so, again, with that being said, the whole point is that man and woman has been co-equal kings and queens, and not like a woman is inferior. And I'm not saying that, men don't have superior strictness to a woman in places. I'm not saying that, right? But what I'm saying is a lot of religion and churches make the woman secondary, and that's not how it was spiritually at all, right? So I'm signing out. That was like, just study Adama, Michael, and just go on somebody else's channel, because I'm not going to try to convince you. But with all of your questions, then explain to me how every human traced back to the black woman and the Eve trait. Because even though I said it was King Nut, they're also saying that King Nut is a goddess, is a sky goddess. See, let me just break this down for you, right? Let me since you want to get on the masculine. See, Mother Goddess, King Nut. The creation of the Egyptians viewed King Nut as passionate. Lovers embraced it tightly. Her children was, I always say, she was close to the sky, right? So, but at any rate, right, men are here. So it's not even giving King Nut as a masculine energy. So, you can go do your own research or due diligence. They actually refer King Nut as the ultimate mother, right? The ultimate mother. But at any rate, it's like a geyser combination. Again, soil and earth, right? Soil and earth has to do that. We're getting all into religion. I'm getting off cryptocurrency. Well, you have Elohim also. And I saw this billboard yesterday, right? I saw this billboard yesterday that says you can pray to the God that Jesus prayed to. Have you all ever researched Eli in the Bible, where God is, or Jesus is on the cross of crucifixion, and he's saying, Eli, Eli, have you ever ask yourself, who is Eli? Who was the God that he was praying to? Right? Why hast thou forsaken me? Also in Exodus, the Bible translates that I am that I am. That word does not translate from Yeshua or Yahweh. It was converted from that, from Hebrew and Greek. But the original gods are what the ancient Egyptians called them, and then the biblical scholars changed the name, right? Where it did translate to Yahweh or Yeshua. But I'm signing out, right? I'm signing out. That's it for crypto. And just know currency system is changing, right? The economy is changing and jobs are changing as well. And jobs are changing as well. So here's to your health and your wealth, your peace and your prosperity, right? Your credit, your crypto, definitely your cash flow. Queen out. You all have a great, great night.